Oak Island, and I had a hit, real good hit. I dug down an old barrel buried in there. Anything else in metal was what was setting my strapping. I don't see anything else in there or feel anything. I'm down there 4 feet with my bar, so we're gonna close the chapter on this one. Say it's old Spanish or old settlers. Wooden barrel. They probably sunk in here in this spring for water so it wouldn't get muddy. They could dip out of it. Anyway, another day. That's something wrong here. A little different signal down here. I'm up here where supposedly this Mine of the Lost Souls story happened, and I see an unusual thing here. There's a lilac bush growing in the middle of the mountains. I've never seen, it's not any lilac bush I'm familiar with. It's definitely a lilac, some species. And right next to it is this pit. Really don't know what this is, but very unusual. see it's all collapsed and all this wood's over it.
Pre-spring, they come through here and they end right here. So I'm pretty sure that this drainage here is this and this. It has some very similar bends and so forth. This is where the closed is right at St. And I admit that it could be as far as up here or in here.
I know.
This is hardly a drainage. They're
just the right size, but in your big hand it looks like you're ready to go.
What it does, it makes me look like Andre the Giant when he's drinking a beer, you know, that iconic. Yeah. He's got like a whole bunch of empty beer cans on the whole bar. He's got a beer can in his hand and it's like this, you know, it's even smaller. It's just like...
This is dozens and dozens and dozens of hours.
Got to do a little filming.
I don't live far from where Bascom plays ball. That's 2:15.
I left, there's 2 shovels I left up at the Ogden place.
Yeah.
Just hit him up there.
You fair? No. Never eat anything $4. $5.30. No.
Yeah. Are you talking about the Stockton one?
Yeah, either one. Or I go up there and go poke around.
Alfred Ecker, last sheep herder on this side of the mountain, August 10th.
It could be.
What's the stuff below it?
I don't know.
Okay, look at this.
But it's, I don't know.
That
Like
looks
I was
similar.
talking to Dan, I've talked to Schaefer and a couple guys, and they said, you know, Spanish really didn't do anything below eye level because you couldn't see it when you were hiking or on the trail because if it's down by the ground. You know, so that happens a lot
What
of
about when
times.
Jigger says if it's carved on aspen tree, walk away?
That's kind of cool. That's awesome.
No, it was not there, but yeah.
We'll film from a distance.
You heard about this. You've been waiting to see this, haven't you? Isn't that cool? The discoloration is more than likely from the fire that it was in.
Yeah.
Which will give you a good idea why Brigham had them done in copper.
Yeah.
I think his earrings were done in copper too.
Earrings? Never heard about that one. Character.
Isn't that cool?
Hey, what does it say right now?
Right there in that left one.
It says Deseret Assay Office, a bunch of initials that I still don't know what it means.
Great Salt Lake City Desert Assay Office.
And then it says Rhodes Mine.
I've done it before, you know, you wake up and you're kind of
You'd think I'd have this memorized.
Thomas Rhodes map.
Yes.
Second mine near Rhodes Valley.
Second mine near Rhodes Valley.
Moon Lake Deseret Territory.
I have no idea where that's at. Do you?
Right.
Moon Lake.
By James M. Barlow, 1863, and then the church's name.
I think it's referring to the actual Josephine, not the Glory Hole and the June Blige mine. And you've never gone up and see that with me.
Which one? The Glory Hole?
No. We found the actual Josephine a long time ago. I can't prove it yet.
Right. I was up there one time with you, long time ago.
Did we go down in the bottom?
Yeah. Yeah, a
And
bunch of the
went
guys.
and saw a big tree with a big holes in it like
Now you
this.
didn't show me everything, but you showed me that, I think.
I would have showed you everything.
Oh, you're holding out on me.
I don't know better.
Now, does Steve use this to search for things, or does he know about it?
What's that?
Steve Schaefer?
Steve Schaefer, as far as I know, does not have a complete copy of this, not an accurate copy.
Just from what's in your
So,
book?
back in '96, I had shared parts of it. See, originally we were only allowed to photograph certain outer parts of this, and we didn't have the whole thing. That's according to Chris, anyway. And then,
But it shows you I was in the right spot.
and then Chris actually made a rough, real fast drawing of it. That's what I gave to Schaefer.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, so that's not much at all.
And so he made a replica copper map and gave it back to the church.
Supposedly.
Supposedly. I think he
How
wanted.
did you get your hands on this?
I bought it from the family after Aaron died.
Into my book,
Anyway,
yeah.
most of those symbols are ancient, and they are the same thing,
It was like
same type of
a
symbols that were on the gold
berry
plates that Joseph Smith translated.
Or
So,
whatever,
a friend of mine
Have
you guys
there, I think it was
heard of the book,
100 proof.
the Anthem Transcript,
Or no,
translating
80
the Anthem
proof, sorry.
Transcript,
100 proof is
I haven't.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
by Stan Johnson. Anyway, I took it to him. He lives down in Parowan.
191.
And I gave him the
That's right,
symbols and I
'cause
said,
we-
"Can you
we had a
translate
bottle
this
of
for
wild
me?"
turkey. It was
That was such a neat experience. You know, there's some people that are real gifted and are like a genius, if you will.
But anyway,
It
I
took me quite a
finished
while to figure out, how do you mean that, and this, that, and the other, because it could mean this or it could mean this. Because he wanted to see the original, because he said if this line is this long, it means this. If it's longer, it means this, and so on and so on. So this is all what I wrote down, and then placing these all together, it's forms of chiasmus, just like in the Book of Mormon. Okay? Something sacred is being held beneath in a chamber. Below is being held. Something will come forth from a chamber, like birth. That which is held will come forth.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Gives me goosebumps thinking about it. So there's something sacred in that area that's.
Have you identified on here which is the most significant portion of that, or is it all just kind of, you can't separate any from the...
I don't know about Dale, but when he first showed this to me, I said, Dale, this right here is the most important
Yes.
thing on this map.
Yes. And I've been up there
This
with
also,
digger.
the
Yeah.
R,
Yes, supposedly he found them there too.
Yeah, like the 20s or something like that.
Yeah.
and the R on the tree, I don't think that the R's that we found are the actual R that here, but I think what somebody's done is they've put those R's because they're the exact same script.
Right.
But I think what they're telling you is this is where you go up to find that.
Yeah.
And I have no idea what the significance of it.
Yeah, Daniel did find, or Dan did find a tree that
There's
has
actually
the R on it.
two that has that exact same script. There's no question that it's one and the same. We really ought to go for a sample of
what does
trees.
the R, is it a road?
We don't know.
Or is it some other symbol?
We should go for
Real,
a
hard
to
sample of
say.
tree.
Real of mine.
Is
Found a buffalo skull, found a CBR tree. That's up a little bit further and up one of these side canyons, apparently. And he actually found the mine, and it had an all-seeing eye carved into the rock. So he put his back towards that, went 10 paces away, and went down inside the mine with the ladder.
Wow.
We think that's all covered up now. But he was able to crawl around the pieces of coal, he said, and the logs that were in there. He went back in and found the end of the tunnel, and there was an elliptical ore body there. If you talk to geologists, it may have been an arsenopyrite vein. And down the right-hand side, the gold was about 3/4 of an inch thick. And that's where he chipped it away.
The
Inside of that mine right there, yeah. And around here, around the mouth of the tunnel, the shaft, there was horse poop, and there were crystals, quartz crystals, and also topaz crystals. I've actually got one of those pieces, one of those topaz crystals. That was from there. So that's how it looked when Aaron was alive, when he found it and stuff.
When was that?
1941.
Yeah.
Or drawn by in 1941, so probably.
Who would have covered that? The Indians there, you think?
Maybe
or
the Forest Service.
Service?
I don't know.
The Forest
That was
Service
just
is the most bumbling,
Yeah.
Cover
yeah.
ball holes.
inept
Oh yeah.
organization, and I worked for them for 8 years, so I know.
Yeah.
I use a timber cruiser and most inefficient.
Do they record holes that they fill up?
I don't think. I
You know
don't
what? It's like somebody sees something and says something, and then, you know, the public's in danger, or there's somebody could get hurt. Go fill it up. Go do
They
this. Go
do
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 that.
the research. They find out are there any active claims on it.
Here recently, and it was already flagged off as if they were going to come up there pretty soon and seal it up.
Not surprised.
Yeah, in fact, they say in all their the Fish and Game, the Forest Service, the BLM, they have in all their literature, stay out, stay safe. If you find a mine, report it. You know, we want to keep the public safe.
Yeah, they want to cover it.
They want to go covered up. Yeah.
Even burns, it's really good.
Oh yeah. Well, if I made a vegetable one, I think I'd put some corned beef or some pastrami in there with the cabbage. That'd be awesome. I think I'm gonna think about doing that next time I go up. The flies like it.
Yeah, dude. This one was onions, carrots, portobello mushroom, and my meat mixture is beef, ground beef. I mixed some pepper jack, shredded cheese in there, and some tomatoes, some onions, garlic, seasonings, barbecue sauce, beer.
You know what I think I'd do? I think I'd take the typical fixings for a Hawaiian